The failure is not in God. It's in you. Hebrews, the 8th chapter, beginning at the 7th through the 9th verses. Read.
For if that first covenant had been faultless, there should no place have been sought for the second.
Now, that's powerful. He talks about the first contract or covenant that God made with man. He says that that first contract, that first covenant, it was not faultless. He's saying if it had been faultless, without flaws, without errors, y'all hear me? If it was had been without defects and mistakes and somebody said slip-ups. He said if it was not, if it had been faultless, he said, then there would be no place for the second covenant. And we most times speaks in terms of the Old Covenant or Old Testament and the New Covenant or the New Testament. He speaks of it here as the first and the second. But in the 8th verse, he says what?
For finding fault with them.
No, wait a minute. The fault was not in the covenant itself, but it was in them that did not hold up their end of the covenant. Now, what made the covenant have flaws in it, it wasn't that God didn't set it up right. It was that we didn't hold our end of the bargain. It's just like you go downtown to get a mortgage for a house. And you sign the mortgage. You're going to pay X number of dollars a month for so many months. And then when you don't hold up to your end of the bargain, that contract is broken. That's what happened in the covenant. The reason that it had flaws in it wasn't because God didn't design it right. It's because we didn't keep our part of the bargain. So then he said, I found fault, or he was finding fault in them. Read what he says.
He said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant.
So you need a new contract. You need a new agreement because we messed up the first agreement. Read what it says.
With the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
That's all of God's people. Read what he says.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
Now again, I'm not going to go back and cover the same ground I did with your forefathers, with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. We need a different or a new agreement. Read what it says.
In the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Come on.
Because they continued not in my covenant.
Uh-huh.
And I regarded them not, saith the Lord.
Yeah, because I made an agreement with them, and I told them what I do for them. And when I got them out of Egypt, then they didn't regard what our contracts said, and then I didn't regard them. Now, what is he saying there? He's letting us know, if we don't regard him, he said, I won't regard you. You better stop labeling God as this person that will not, I'm trying to keep from saying it a certain, I've been criticized. They say you shouldn't talk about heaven and hell. You just should talk about getting houses and cars. But when he brought them out of Egypt, the Bible says when he got them into the wilderness, some of them he opened up the earth. And the earth swallowed them up. And he closed the earth upon them because they didn't regard his commandments. Matter of fact, when Moses came down the first time with the commandments, the Bible said they were already partying. They were having these the kids in here. They were having these, Lord have mercy. They were doing things grown folks do. Help me hold the And when Moses saw it, he was so upset that he took the tablets and he threw them down and broke them. Yeah. So read what he said.
What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Come on.
God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin but by the law.
Read it.
For I had not known lust except the law had said.
Now wait a minute. He's into something here. He says, can we say then that the law or the rules or the commandments of God so he's saying by the law, by the commandments of God, he's saying then I committed sin because of the law. So he said, but that law that God gave me, it's not sin, but it caused me to sin. When God said thou shalt not commit adultery, then you commit adultery. That law is what caused you to sin. Y'all listening to me today? And some folks will look at the commandments of God and say, well, the only reason I'm wrong is because God's commandments. And they were trying to, in that day, say, well, it's the law that's wrong because it's making me wrong. But the law was right. Y'all gonna hear me? See, the failure wasn't in God, it was in who? All right, so he said, then the law is what caused me to sin. Because except the law said it was wrong to sin or covet, which he's talking about lust, he said, I wouldn't. So read what he said.
Thou shalt not covet.
That's lust.
But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, walk in me all manner of conduct.
Yeah, it was the commandment that called me to be evil. That's the word. Y'all hear what I just said? Because y'all lost after audience. The commandment is what caused us to be sinners. Until God said it was wrong to do it. Okay, say it one more time. See, some of y'all drive 80 miles an hour and 70 miles an hour. What make you be speed? Y'all better help me with this. If you go 70, you fine. If you go 80, you speed. Why? Because the law says you have to go 70. It's the law that caused us to sin when we break the law. But that law is not bothering anybody. It's just sitting out there on the interstate. Y'all better stop talking about the devil makes you do it. The devil didn't make you do it. That sign is sitting up there 70 miles per hour. No tolerance. We just gotta push it just a little bit. We gotta go. We look. It's a lot of work when you speak. It's a lot of work when you speak. You standing looking, and before you know it, you come up on that little clump of trees, and he's over there under the tree. He knows where to hide on the interstate to get you. But see, God's eyes are already in every place. Help me, Holy Ghost. Now I'm gonna talk about that in just a second because a lot of folks don't think it's wrong. It's not a sin to speed. You know, you think it's. Watch what he said. Read what he said.
For without the law, sin was dead.
Yeah, without the laws, sin is dead. It's not even active. You can throw litter on the ground if there was no law against litter. It wouldn't be wrong. No, not here. You can disturb the peace if there was no law against disturbing the peace. You can make all the racket you want. But once the law comes, then sin comes. Read it.